Hey everyone. So I am going to do a spoiler review and my rating for the She-Hulk miniseries, episode 5. The name of this episode was called Mean Green and Straight Poured into These Jeans. So a very interesting title. Later on in the review, we'll kind of talk about why that was the name of this episode. Okay, so this episode I did enjoy it. So far I have been enjoying like the whole She-Hulk series. I've been watching it every single week and it's been pretty good for me. The only thing about this episode is that it was very short. So all the episodes have been short so far. They're all like, I think 36 minutes. This episode, however, was only 30 minutes long. It had no post-credit scene. And also, I think it was just more of like a filler type of episode. So, I'll still spoil it, but there's not a whole lot to spoil because it was kind of short. So we'll probably get through this pretty quick. So anyways, the whole episode is basically about Titania suing She-Hulk, or I'm sorry, Titania suing Jennifer Walters because she's using the name She-Hulk, basically. She's trying to trademark the name and sue her for that. So basically that's what the whole episode is about. So what happens like early on is that Titania basically makes this like beauty skincare product called She-Hulk. And so I'm not gonna lie, like I wish it was real because I would definitely try all of those products. The way that they advertise it and the way that it looks is like super, super cute. It's like all pink, very glittery, very pretty. So if that was a real beauty line, I would have definitely tried it. Just so you know. But anyway, so that's basically what it's all about. So what happens basically is that She-Hulk can't represent herself, obviously. So she has to hire an attorney. Or I think like her agency or law firm or whatever, I think they actually appoint her an attorney. So the attorney that they appoint her is this black woman attorney. She is really, really pretty, and she literally can dress very well. Like the whole time she is like, every outfit that she has on is like super nice. So like the very first one, whenever she first does like the consultation with She-Hulk, she's wearing like this white blouse. But it's just so like elegant and professional, all white, really nice. Her second outfit was whenever they're actually in court, and she's wearing this like burgundy or maroon dress, and she's wearing like this necklace that almost looks like a snake or something. And again, like it's showing like some of her cleavage, but it's still like super professional and elegant. And like it's I don't know, just the shape of it is like really cool. It kind of comes down like this and it's open a little here. So, and then I think her last outfit that I liked was she had like a black and white, like different shape type of dress, and just really, really nice professional clothing that she wears. So anyways, so they basically do like the consultation, She-Hulk and her woman attorney, and they're just talking about kind of strategies on how they're going to win this case. So basically what they come up with is that they decide that when they go to court that they're going to use She-Hulk's Tinder dates as witnesses, basically. So they're basically saying that they can prove her identity because she used, if you guys can remember from previous episodes, she basically used her Tinder account, or when she created her Tinder account, she basically had put She-Hulk as her identity, and that is where it basically comes back to the name of the episode. So on the name of the episode, it's called Mean Green and Straight Poured into These Jeans. Well, I guess she used that as like her headliner whenever she had made her Tinder account. So they decide to call like 3 different previous Tinder dates to the stand as witnesses, and they're basically just trying to prove that she did use that name and that she did identify herself as She-Hulk and that she was in like the She-Hulk form during those dates. Now, if you guys can remember from the previous episode, she had really liked that guy who was a doctor. She had felt like they kind of like were a good match and that they had like chemistry and all that. But he had only liked her when she was She-Hulk. He found her to be, I guess, like boring or not good enough whenever she was Jennifer Walters. So there's kind of like this moment that they have in court where the attorney for some reason asked the doctor when he's on the stand, like, you know, would you have dated her if she would not have been in the She-Hulk form? And he literally says, like, not to be mean, but no, I wouldn't have. She wasn't my type. And you can kind of see, like, She-Hulk, you know, sitting there, and she kind of gets, like, insecure and, like, a little sad. Not because she needs him. Like, she is great on her own, whether she's She-Hulk or Jennifer Walters. But I think it was just, I think the whole point was, like, how, like, men can make women feel insecure even whenever they have everything that anybody would ever want, right? So I think that was just part of like the episode and kind of things that like women deal with in dating. So anyways, but their tactic did work because all of the witnesses did help She-Hulk win the case, so she was able to keep her name, and she won, so that was good news. At the very end, her and her attorney, they kind of like go out for drinks, and it's kind of funny because they're kind of like just having this like woman to woman conversation about like dating and how like it's just hard for women to date nowadays, basically. So the attorney makes this comment, and it was so funny. She says, you can have literal superpowers and some guy with an internet connection will still think he can do better. I thought it was so funny and so true, because I feel like that does happen like a lot, and y'all know what I'm talking about. So anyway, so I found that to be so funny, but they are just like kind of bonding over that. Another thing that does happen in this episode is that there's a drip broker. His name is Alonzo. But basically he's like this fashion designer, and he makes clothing for superheroes. So basically like he is going to make Jennifer Walters and She-Hulk clothing that can kind of work or transform into an outfit for both of them. So he's going to use like stretchy products so that like when she's She-Hulk and she like hulks up, it'll fit her, whatever, like her business suit or whatever outfit that he makes for her. And then also that when she shrinks herself, because remember she can shrink herself just immediately on the spot. So when she shrinks herself, it'll also basically like fit her as well. And she can have better clothing, because that was kind of one of the big complaints in this episode is like her clothing. She's just been wearing like this suit. It just doesn't look good, not fashionable. So they're going to basically help her. At the end of this, even though there's no post-credit scene, at the end, they do like a little kind of like hint or spoiler for the next episode, possibly. And it's basically about the Daredevil character. So I'm thinking he's going to be on the next one, but we'll see, because I thought he was going to be on this one and he wasn't. So anyways, so my rating for this episode is going to be a 7.5 out of 10. I still did like it. I still enjoyed it. I liked a lot of the points and the meanings that they were trying to get across when it comes to like women empowerment or just women in general. So I did like it. It's just that it was, like I said, a filler episode. There's not a lot of excitement. And also there was no fighting scenes, which I always want to see a fighting scene. And I'm still waiting for a very good fighting scene where She-Hulk actually does something exciting and uses her strength and her powers. I mean, there have been some fighting scenes, but they have not been good enough for me. So that's why I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. It just wasn't super exciting, but I still did like it. And again, I think it was just a filler episode, so it's fine. I'm looking forward to next week, looking forward to the rest of the series, and yeah, so we'll see how it goes. So anyways, that is my spoiler review and my rating, and that's it. Bye.